we're talking about the who, right? Not the how. And the first time I ever learned about this principle was actually it's about 10 years ago. I used to go play. It's gonna sound super cheesy. All right. If you think less of me, that's okay. It was truth. Okay. I used to go to this gym every single, like once a week, every Monday, and we would play dodgeball with tennis balls. Okay. Now, was it dangerous? Heck yeah. Oh my gosh. So we'd go to this basketball gym and we'd go tip over all these tables, and that was what the obstacle, the barriers. So we'd hand out all these tennis balls and go run into the tables and then stand up and just huck them at each other. People would be catching them in their necks and their eye. Like, anyway, it was a bunch of fun though. It was one of the cheesiest things I've done. We did that for like 2 months. Okay. This story comes from that, and this is honestly where I learned this principle, which is freaking it's weird. Anyway, let me make sure. Yeah, you guys can all hear me. Okay, cool. Just making sure. Okay, this is honestly where I learned this principle, which is a weird place and a weird way to learn it. But what I was doing at the time is I had this little book. Actually, I think I have it. I found it the other day. Oh my gosh, I do. Check this out. Okay, I used to carry around this little black book with me everywhere I went, right? Everywhere I went. This is where I kept this thing with me. And anytime I had any kind of business idea, you can see how full this thing is, right? Anytime I had any kind of business idea or anything like that, I would write it down in this booklet, and it stayed with me at all times. Okay, and I did that so that I could make sure I had the ideas continue to flow. There's something weird that happens when you start writing down the idea, and you're able to go. You write the idea down, and you can just keep moving on. Okay, and so I kept this book. It's not big, right? This thing's thin, and it's so I could keep it in my pocket. And what I could go do, if that's a full size book, no. This is eensy. Okay, here we go. That's just so you guys know. All right. Hey, so what I want you to know, what I want you to do is, anyway, I would start doing this. So what I did is I started keeping this book on me, right? And it was around that same time that we were playing dodgeball with tennis balls. And I was getting really cognizant of the way certain businesses were running things. I'm 30 right now, so I was 20 years old, and I was learning, and just by me observing, I was learning all this really cool stuff about the way things were running and what successful companies were doing and what they were not doing, right? And so what I did is I kept keeping all these things in there and all these notes, and I was like, oh, I could do that, oh, I could do that. There's stupid ideas, there's great ideas, there's all across the spectrum. I didn't judge myself, I just wrote. Okay, I just wrote. Okay, and okay, this is anyway. This was an interesting thing. So one morning we went to go and we were playing this this game of dodgeball with tennis balls. Okay, and I go and I want to get. There's like 40 of us. Okay, it wasn't a small group of people. Okay, it was not a small group of people. We were. There was like young teenagers, man, and there was a little bit of older people as well. This is a weird tradition. All right, weird tradition. And what's been cool is so we go one morning to go play this game, right? We go one morning to go play the game, and what was interesting is I really wanted to get going quick because it was fun, and I'm totally an adrenaline junkie. If you guys can't tell, I'm a little bit high energy, and I'm totally a morning person. I'm an evening person. I'm a person, okay? And anyway, I hate that phrase anyway. So I'm a morning person, evening. I'm a high energy individual, right? And I was like, let's get this thing started. And I started walking around, and I started going like, hey, check it out. Let's get started, right? Let's get started. Let's do this, right? Let's choose teams. And I'm walking around, and I could not get anybody to start. I was trying to get us to split into teams, all right? You go on that team, you go on that team. Let's start. I want to throw tennis balls at people, okay? I was like, let's go. Let's do this, right? And nobody was starting, and it got super frustrating to me. I mean, real frustrating, real quick, because I couldn't get anyone to actually engage. I couldn't get anybody to actually move forward, and for like 15 minutes, and I got frustrated. And I started walking away, and this guy was like, "Well, what's wrong, man?" And I was like, I can't get anyone to start. I don't know what the deal is. No one's listening to me." And he goes, "All right." And he was a big guy. This guy was like 6'6". Okay, he was a huge dude. And I kid you not, all the guy did is he turned from looking at me and he looked to the rest of the full freaking basketball gym. And he goes, "Hey guys, we should probably get started." And everyone stopped! And they turned and they looked at him, and we divided it. We were playing in the next 2 minutes. And I was like, "What did you do?" And I went and I asked him, I was like, "How did you do that?" He's like, "I don't know." And I stopped and I wrote in this book. I don't have time to stop and like actually look for it right here. I wrote in the book, in business, it is not important to know how to play every instrument. It is important to be the orchestrator. Okay? That is the premise of the entire lesson today, right? And I'm so excited that that's what was chosen to be on lesson 3, okay? Stop playing every freaking instrument. I'm not good at, if for some reason, I'm not good at getting people together to play dodgeball with tennis balls, all right? It's just not my thing. All right, I don't know. Trial by error, that's what the world has said. So I'm not going to try and be that guy, okay? But that's what I learned, and I realized, and I was like, hey, in the future, I will always have that guy start us. In the future, I'll always have that guy do that. In the future, and I started practicing this principle early in my life. And I started doing it, but it's so powerful, guys. You have got to understand, right? It was very common when I eventually got hired at ClickFunnels. It was very common for me to be sitting right this far from Russell, and I'd be like, dude, look at this sweet funnel I built. If I just went and I learned a little CSS, right? If I just went and learned a little bit of coding, I could make it do this, this, and this. And Russell would be like, dude, no, why would you learn that? I was like, I don't know, because I'm kind of interested in it. I'd like to learn it. And he goes, no, man, we got a guy for CSS. I was like, oh, that's right. Next day, like, dude, check out this funnel, man. I just checked this out. This is so freaking awesome. Check this out. This is so cool. And he'd be like, yeah, oh, that is cool. I'd be like, if I just learned a little bit of JavaScript, if I just, I could go do this thing. And he'd be like, no, man, that guy over there already does JavaScript. Just ask him. I'd be like, oh, that's right. I did that pretty much every day for like the first 4 months that I was there. And for some reason, I did not get it, right? I did not get it. And I was like, why do I need to do it all, right? And that's what's so funny, okay? That's what's so funny about this whole thing is I've practiced it in several areas on my own, but there were also places where, yeah, so Rachel said business is a team sport, 100%. There's also places, though, where it just doesn't make any sense, okay? Okay, so real quick, I just want to walk through real fast the areas where it's cool to outsource and then other areas where it's not cool to outsource typically, okay? And so I thought that'd be kind of neat to walk through with this. I used to get up, I always wanted to build my own funnels, right? Someone said this has been a major stumbling block. Yeah, that's why we're going over it on day 3, okay? Stop trying to do it all on your own, okay? Don't do it all on your own. It's actually, you are a hindrance to your own business if you do it that way, okay? There was a... Let me tell a story quick here, okay? One of the first guys I started building funnels for, way before I worked for ClickFunnels, it was a company in Florida, and I was building funnels for like a medical device. It was really interesting, and they had a really loyal following. The people loved what they were selling, and I went out and I didn't quite know if I could do funnels yet. It was one of my first funnels, to be honest. And I get out there, and I'm like, hey, what's up, guys? I'm excited to build this funnel here. And I started going through all the pieces, right? I was doing an ask campaign. I was learning about the customer. I was learning about all the past customers. I was learning about where they're trying to get their sales currently, where they're trying to get all their leads in this moment. And what was fascinating, okay, I build this funnel. I'm so excited. I get it off the ground. I go and I push the button. And this has happened 3 times now in my career, okay? Day number 1, we launched the funnel, and they call, and they're like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. This is so cool. Look at all these sales. You are a freaking man, right? This is so cool. And I'm like, yeah, what's up? What's up? Right? I was like so excited. They're like, you're the man. Look at all that revenue you're bringing. I was like, oh yeah, ain't nothing but a thing, right? I was so pumped about it, right? Day number two, though, they always call and they're like, wow, this is a lot of sales. Wow, okay, is it always going to be this way? Right? Right? And then day number 3, they always call and they're like, turn it off. Turn it off the funnel. And I remember the first time that happened, I was like, who in their right mind would ever want less sales? I was like, you're an idiot. You're dumb. Who would want less sales? And I hung up, and I wouldn't answer their phone for like 3 weeks. I was like, and suddenly after a while, the CEO called me, and he said, Stephen, turn off the funnel or you're going to bankrupt us. It was at that moment that I realized that a funnel is not a business, right? A funnel is not a business, right? The funnel, and what we're going to teach you and what we are diving into on Monday is we are teaching you guys how to build a funnel, which is a revenue stream, right? It is a marketing arm, right? It is a way to bring in leads and convert them and have sales and cash coming in. We're very good at it. and it will drop sales on you like crazy. We're very good at that aspect of it, okay? Okay? The business side, okay? The reason that I see that most, so there's two aspects of this that I want you to understand. I want you to start thinking about when you think of it's about the who, not the how, okay? Some of you guys are going to take that and think of it from the mindset of what a business is, right? And some of you guys are going to take that and you're going to do it from the standpoint of a funnel, right? A funnel is just, like I said, a funnel is a way to get leads in and convert them. A business, right, fulfills on what you sold. You got support systems. You got the guys sending out the shipping packages. You got people, going out and creating relationships, right? A business is nothing more than a series of systems that get leads and fulfill on the leads. That's all a business is, okay? And so there's two ways I want you to be thinking about this. When you go watch the training from Russell today, which hopefully you guys have already done that, okay? You need to understand this. I see this as a huge stumbling block when I go and I coach people in this area, okay? They come in and they want to do every aspect of the funnel build themselves. Oh man, no, I could totally go. I'm going to go learn Photoshop. I did that, okay? Slow road. Don't do it. I'm going to go learn Illustrator. I did that. Slow road. I'm going to go learn video. That's how I started. I'm going to learn audio. That's how I started also, right? There's like all these aspects of it. Oh, by the way, I'm going to go be a script writer. I'm going to go be the page builder. I'm going to go learn traffic. I'm going to go learn this. That is the slowest way to get off the ground, okay? It's the slowest way, okay? And then in the business though, right? In the business, they'll do the exact same thing. Man, I'll do every support ticket myself. You know what? Well, I could just go and ship all those packages myself. What do you think all those boxes are over there? Check that out. Okay? This is my home office. It's my film setup, my film studio back there. Okay? Does that make sense? Don't do that. Don't be, right? And for a while, it's cool. I'm a huge fan of the Tim Ferriss model. This is the other way I started learning this stuff and actually started applying it. Tim Ferriss, when he launched the 4-Hour Work Week, right, he teaches in that book, which is a fantastic book. I highly recommend it to anybody who's doing this game. What he did is he decided that he would be the main support person for a while so that he could document each one of the support tickets. So he knew what all the major questions were and what all the answers should be. And then literally he knew what to hand the next person and duplicate himself. Okay? In the business, right? That's a great thing to do. But too many times I see people try and go and do that in the funnel. If you are just one funnel away, which you are, and it's not just a cute saying, you are one funnel away from whatever life or revenue you're hoping for. Okay? It's ridiculous what that's done. My wife and I made 18 grand our first year of marriage, and it was all in loans. So we made 18 grand, right? It was all student loans, right? We're doing that. Anyway, and I just want, I'm not trying to be like, what's up? But I'm trying to help you understand, like, one funnel away is not a joke. Okay? But you will trip yourself up like crazy if you try to learn every role, master every single piece of it, do it all on your own, right? Russell often talks about it like, like those big transformers. Is it, man, what's the name of that show? Anyway, I was never really that big of a cartoon guy or comic guy. But anyway, right? It's all about finding all these different pieces that work together, okay? So what I thought I would do is share with you guys my strategy for finding good people. Because I have a team, on my content team, I have 6 or 7 people, depending what we need. 6 or 7 people that are constantly on there. They're rock stars. They're amazing. I trust them like implicitly, okay? They're so freaking good. In the actual business, though, right? It's me and another guy. And the other guy right now, because that's all we need right now, okay? The other guy and I right now, and he handles a lot of the system stuff while I'm off handling the funnel stuff. Does that make sense? He's building business systems around support, around high ticket sales, around high ticket, right? He's building systems around that duplicate me while I'm focused on the revenue and creating systems around the funnels themselves. Does that make sense? That's how 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people can make millions of dollars with hardly any overhead in this game because of so much freaking automation that's out there. Anyway, you guys get what I'm saying with this? Is this making sense? I'm not just trial closing you. I really do want to know, okay? I want you to understand this, okay? It is about the who, not the how. Okay, and for so long, I'm a very curious individual. I tell my wife all the time that I suffer from insatiable curiosity. It is a disease that I will happily die with. And so I want to learn everything. And some of you guys might be that way. And you're like, well, I just want to know. I was like, okay, then learn a little bit so that you know what to go, right? Learn a little. If you really, really want to, like, go learn a little bit so that you can go learn how to actually hire out for that role, right? So real quick. Remember that it's about being an orchestrator. What I wanted to do real fast is I just wanted to teach you guys my strategy for finding who's, okay? Because I have wasted thousands of dollars on bad virtual assistants, on hiring out to bad people, and I thought it'd be really cool today and kind of neat to show you guys how to actually go in and find good people, okay? So the first thing that I do, and this is what I want you guys to do as well, as you start moving down this, you're gonna start seeing several tasks, right, coming your way. I got to do this. I should start thinking about marketing. I start thinking about the script I'm gonna write, the video, what's gonna be on the page, who am I funnel hacking, right? There's gonna be several things that we're gonna be tossing your way. Okay, several things. What you should never outsource, right? If you think about what a company really is, you think about the typical roles and areas inside of a company, right? And we want you to be building a business, not just a funnel. Okay. In the long run, this is all about building that revenue. Don't think about building the business until you have the revenue, right? That's the exact opposite that college taught me. College taught me to go build the structure and then go get a loan to fund the structure, and then hopefully the structure goes out and makes money. Stupid, dumb, so dumb. Okay, that is so dumb. Do not do that. Okay, why we built it this way is because if you do what we're saying, and especially when we go start on Monday, what's going to happen is you're going to have all this really cool, you're going to have a funnel, right? And you have a funnel that's bringing in revenue. And the revenue then lets you go build and fund the business structure, which means you don't need to take on loans. You don't got to go take on or give away debt or equity. You don't got to give away. It's freaking awesome. It's how I built my own thing. It's how I've done it in the last 8 months as well on my own. I want you to know that I'm doing this stuff, okay? I've been very, very, very involved with this, and I want you to understand how I've been doing it, okay? It's by seeing it in this lens and with this way. I go out, I find revenue, okay? When the revenue's coming in, usually the first role I go and I hire out is support, okay? So I'm not the one, right, dealing with every single person coming in, because I want to go in and I want to make sure the funnel's even better, right? I also will go and I'll find someone in fulfillment. Let's say you're shipping somebody, right? There's some awesome sources out there directly integrate with ClickFunnels. I never have touched a package of my own ever. I've never touched a package on my own. Okay, they do it all. Super cool. Okay, right? I go out and I'll find actually we're doing this week. We're getting high ticket closers this week. I probably have waited too long for that. Okay. But we're grabbing high ticket closers to answer the last phone. There's support people mixed with closing. Okay. Again, I'm not telling you guys to go do all this stuff as well. Okay. But I just want you to know, like, down the road, how this builds out on the business side. Okay. On the funnel side, which is all this stuff really is. Okay, that's all we're doing in this challenge. We're just helping you build out the funnel itself. I just want you to see one of my methods that I actually go and use to personally manage myself. So there's two strategies real quick here. I promise these are not going to be long Zooms every single day, but let me get to this. This is big, okay? This is really big. This will save your sanity a lot and give you some, your hair will you'll actually be able to let your hair down a little bit, okay? What's fascinating about this, okay, check this out. I write down on my whiteboard. I have 5 whiteboards throughout. They all kind of look like that one. They're all chock full. Okay. I draw like crazy. There's whiteboards all over the room. What I do is I go in and I write down every single task that I can even fathom that I should be doing at that moment. It's most likely going to be a big list if you're like me. And if you got like that twitch in your eye and you're like an entrepreneur, you're like, yeah, what's up? Let's go take over the world, right? And a lot of you guys are that way. That's why you're here with me right now, right? Right? You got I call it the twitch, right? Especially when you get some vitamin C caffeine in your veins and you get the twitch, like, oh, baby, right? Whoa, some awesome stuff coming on down inside that whiteboard right there, right? And I start writing it down. Yeah, take over the world, right? Whatever it is, I start writing down all my list of tasks that I'm going to be doing that day, right? Write the script, right? Create this image, do this thing, finish this page, write this email sequence, right? Stuff like that. What I do, this is my strategy, okay? What I do is I go back and I put a green dot. It's very simple, but it will save you like crazy. I put a green dot next to every single task that is high revenue generating. Okay? I only do those things. I put a red dot next to every activity that is not remotely revenue generating at all. Someone else does the red dots. I don't do the red dots. Okay? There's 2 kinds of green dots. There's a big green dot. That's like massive revenue generating activities. Writing a script, right? That's important. That's something that you should not really outsource, right? Don't outsource marketing, right? Russell and I joke that that's like outsourcing your sex life, okay? You know, you're never gonna outsource marketing. Don't ever outsource, right? You are the stories. You are, right? Don't outsource marketing. Don't outsource your high revenue generating activities, right? Be the owner and marketer at the same time, okay? I hate working with companies where the owner is not the marketer. Oh, it sucks so bad. Oh my gosh. I actually don't work with them anymore in general, okay? So I put a big green dot next to the high revenue generating things. Write the sales script. Film this sales video, right? I put a small green dot next to the things that are revenue generating, but not right there, right? Not in the moment. That's kind of it. That's it. That's what I do. Okay, I know that in the early mornings, early parts of the day, from about 7 a.m. to about 1 is the freshest part of my brain. That's just the way my head works. Yours might be different. Some people are night owls. Okay, but I make my most prolific ideas and choices and things in the morning. I only do big green dots in the beginning of the day. I do small green dots in the latter part of the day. That's it. And then I go and I give all the red dots to somebody else. That's how I literally do it. Okay, and I want you to understand, like, I just did this, okay? Lately I've been doing it in Excel, okay? But it's a dollar sign or a bold dollar sign, and that's it, okay? Don't get stressed out by all the tasks that you might start seeing when we start this thing out. And if you're like, Stephen, I can't afford for somebody else to do it, then ignore the red dots anyway. Don't even do them, okay? Don't even do them. The only thing that you should be thinking about is revenue. That's it. Okay, we're just trying to make it rain. Okay, we're gonna make it rain for you. And what we want you to do, and what you want to understand, what we want to understand is, like, right, a funnel is all about revenue. Okay, sales funnel. There's lots of different kinds of funnels, but right, the sales funnel is all about that revenue, all about the revenue coming in. We just want you to get that revenue coming in. So when those tasks coming in, and you're like, I don't want you to get distracted by red dots or small greens. Only do the big greens, right? And that's exactly what we're gonna be teaching you. But that doesn't always mean that you need to be doing them, right? It's about the who, not the how, okay? I love this topic, so I'm totally ranting right now. I'm on a soapbox. I wish I had an actual soapbox that I was on. That would be actually really, really funny. But anyway, hopefully that makes sense, right? Hopefully that makes sense, okay? So that's literally how I do it. Okay, that's the first thing I promised I would teach you guys today. The second thing, let me go through it quickly, and I will not take more of your time today so you guys can go do the challenge, okay? I'm not here. I don't want to make these super long, okay? It's better if it's small. Okay, so number 1, red dot, green dot. Number 2, the way I find a lot of my who's is I go to a site called Freelancer. This is how I do it without wasting thousands of dollars now. I go to freelancer.com, and what's nice about Freelancer, the issue in the past was that I would go out and I would be like, well, that guy looks like he might know how to build a website, right? This is before I knew what funnels were. And I'd go drop $500 for this guy to build just a single area of a page, and it was garbage, right? Or I'd go drop $2,000 on something else, and it was just dumb. It was so dumb, right? It was ugly. It was terrible. It's like, oh gosh, right? And I wasted thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars, right? On bad VAs, right? Bad freelancers, okay? So the reason I use Freelancer and not anything else is because Freelancer has this cool mode in there called the contest mode. It's the only one I know that has this. There might be others, but it's the one I use. And anyway, so what I do is I run contests. So every time I need an image, so this is what I started doing, right? I would wake up at 5 a.m. When I started working for ClickFunnels. I'd wake up at 5 a.m. I would be the first one in the office at 6 a.m. at ClickFunnels. I would work on my own stuff from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. When 9 a.m. hit, right? When 9 a.m. came, I would run hard. Building stuff for Russell, okay? I'd be like, man, I got to give my best self to ClickFunnels, right? I want to make sure I kill this. And so I would go from 9 a.m., right, to usually 6 or 7 p.m. with Russell. I'd put my kids to bed. I'd ride my bike back home, put my kids to bed, right? And then usually from 9 to 11, sometimes midnight, I would be working on my own stuff again, okay? I'd sleep 5 hours. You can survive. I'd sleep 5 hours, and then I'd get back up and do that again. I did that probably for the first 6 months, working for ClickFunnels, because I wanted my own funnels still, right? And it totally worked. And it was awesome. And it was super cool. The problem is that I was the one doing a lot of these things. So the revenue that I was generating by just squeezing out like a few hours a day, I would go and I would find good who's. I would not take any money that I was hustling, right? Still am, right? I was hustling like an animal. Hustle, 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 right? I was hustling like an animal. I was getting all this stuff done, which is awesome. But what I did is I went and I grabbed, right? I went and I grabbed all the cash that was coming in. I did not take it as profit. Instead, I went and I used it to increase my speed with the right who's. All right, who can do small green dots? And what I did is I went over to freelancer.com, and Freelancer facilitates a contest process. That's why I like Freelancer. Funnel Rolodex, I think it just launched. I'm not even sure. I know they've been. Anyway, I'm super excited. Funnel Rolodex, I have been so freaking stoked about that. It's going to be so awesome. Okay. There'll be whole careers made off that platform. It is so incredible. Okay, but until now, right, because it probably just launched either today or yesterday, okay, I've used Freelancer. And what's cool about Freelancer is Freelancer, it has a contest process. So what I did is I went and I posted on Freelancer, hey, what's up? Here's a contest. The reward is $100, okay? I would make sure I made it really attractive. And all I need is this image. I need this image made. That's it. That attracted a lot of people. And what happened was I would make it a 7-day contest, and I would let everyone start submitting. That I would set the rules so that they have to go in, right? That they have to go in and submit their work publicly, so that I could critique them publicly. So every day for 7 days, I would critique, honestly, pretty brutally, the work that everyone was submitting, right? Right? I only have to pay one person, but I remember this one time I had 86 people submit the image, right? And every time I need a t-shirt, every time I need anything, whatever it is, I go in and I'm publicly critiquing very hard each one of the things in there. And Freelancer facilitates the process. They have an actual contest process built into their platform. That's why I like to use them. Okay. What's cool about it though is that every single day I'm going in and I'm like, hey, I hate this. Why did you put that in the image? But I'm doing it so that everybody else can see it. So for the first 5 days, it's usually the crappy people. Okay, I'm just being honest. All right, it's the people that I probably should not hire. They're the wrong who, right? And I can tell they're submitting stock photography, or they're submitting some, right? They need this image, they need it, right? And I'm publicly critiquing pretty harshly, harsh. It's the pattern has always been this, guys. I've done this for T-shirts, I've done this for audio, I've done this for images, I've done this for websites, I've done this for blogs. I have a huge list of awesome grade A freelancers, and what's cool is the last 2 days is always when they swoop in. They go in and they read all the comments of all the other submissions that I've read, and in the last 2 days, the good people swoop on in, right? And what I do is I go in, and now in the future, I just go straight to that person. I don't have to do a contest anymore. I know exactly. I just used my audio guy again, right? Now I go right back to that same guy, and I pay his fee or whatever, and I got good work. Right now I'm managing, right, a lot of people now, and a lot of them are freelancers because... Right? Does that make sense? A lot of them are freelancers, and they're good freelancers because I've gone back to them multiple times, and there was a vetting process. This is the same way I found my Facebook ads person. Okay? I don't know how to drive Facebook ads. I don't want to learn. I'm going to try to not learn Facebook ads. I'd rather stay on the big green dot funnel building peak that I'm on. Right? I don't want to go learn that. So I went to a Facebook group, right? And the group was all about fanatics about Facebook ads, right? They're as obsessed over Facebook ads as I am over funnels, right? I wanted someone like that. They got the twitch in the eye about Facebook ads, right? That's what I want, right? So I went over there and I put a post, hey, I'm looking for kind of a long-term relationship for a Facebook ads driver. If you're interested, send me a 4-minute video, right? And that's what I sent out. Well, I had a whole bunch of 4-minute videos come in, right? And I went through and I whittled down the top 3, and I did a contest. And I said, hey, here's some money for each of you guys. Whoever drives the most buying traffic to my page gets the job. That's what I did, right? That's exactly what I did. Just because it was a contest, someone dropped out. And I was like, sweet, I'm a capitalist pig, baby. I am competitive. If you are not, I don't want you anyway, right? See ya. So now there's 2, okay? Right? And then just because there were 2 left, one person, I could tell there was just like, I don't know what it was. He could not answer any questions on his own, it felt like. He kept asking me so many questions, like stuff that he should know. And he kept asking, do you want this or this? Do you know this toss, that toss? I was like, dude, I don't know any of this. I don't even know where to freaking log in. I don't care, right? I could tell that the questions he was asking, he should have just solved on his own. He was not being a self-solver, right? He should come up with the answer. That's why I'm hiring him, right? The other person that was there, she was a freaking rock star. She was doing stuff. She was solving problems that I didn't even know existed. She was doing things. She was getting things done, and she just owned it. And I was like, done. Dunzo, baby. You got it, right? And she's been my ads person for like a year and a half. She's been freaking awesome. Okay? I use this principle to find the good who's all the time. Okay? So anyways, I know it's a little bit of a long one, but I want you guys to know that that's why I do what I do, and that's how I do what I do at the speed that I'm doing it. Okay? I do not do red dots. I rarely do small greens. I only focus on the big greens. I go out and I run contests to find whoever I need. Someone once complained to me in one of my coaching sessions. They said, "You run a contest for a week to find a good person?" I was like, "Yeah, it's pretty awesome." And he's like, "But that takes 7 days. Do you have anything faster?" I was like, if you can't devote 7 freaking days to finding a good person who's going to free up your time, bring in extra revenue, take things off your back that you should not be doing even if you do know how to do them, right? Are you joking me? 7 days? Come on, right? Anyway, guys, hopefully this has been helpful to you today. That's all I wanted to share with you guys. This is a bit of a longer one. I promise usually only 20, 30 minutes, but I just want to share with you I'm very personally passionate about this topic because when I finally learned to be the orchestrator and not learn every instrument, everything changed in my life. Okay? Everything changed. Okay? I use it everywhere now. Whoever has the biggest cheese, man, whoever is the most successful, sausage number 1, I go to that person. I pay for them to teach me. Whoever is the best at that, I go and I find ways to find them and I hire them, right? That's the reason my speed has been so fast. And I want you guys to understand how easy this really truly can be if you just do that stuff. It is about the who, not the how. Go find those people. I'm not saying get creative. Get deliberate on the tasks that you are not going to do. Okay? Write them down. Don't just start doing crap. Most people log into ClickFunnels and they just start building something and they don't know what they're doing. They're like, yeah, well, duh. And then they're like, this funnel game's a scam. It's like, no, you just don't know how to do it. Okay? That's why we're doing this. All right, guys. Thanks so much. Hopefully it's helpful to you. I appreciate you guys being here. Go and watch the training from Russell. Go and fill out the document as well. It's going to have you list out the things that you do and the things that you do not know how to do, and that's great. And you're going to go out and you're going to find the right kinds of people in order to get a funnel off the ground. We're not talking businesses. We're talking funnels. Let's get that revenue dripping in for you guys. Excited for Monday to get this going, and I'll see you guys tomorrow morning. Thanks so much. Bye.